put that fire out and saved it from going across the road. I would just like to encourage the board to ignore the speculation, the rumors, the riffraff, whatever you want to call it.
The
and
riffraff?
support the fire department, the chief, and the men and women who respond on these calls. I feel safe and I'm grateful to them for all of the work they do in this community. Thanks.
My name is Tamara. You all know who I am, although none of you have really looked me in my eyes except for you, sir, and I appreciate that. Thank you for asking me my name and actually looking at me in my eyes when I was talking last time, when I was quite upset. Ma'am, I don't appreciate being called riffraff, but you run the Facebook page and you're also on a part of the board, so I expect nothing less. Your other person just smacked the phone out of my hand, so it's just to be clear, I don't feel safe. I'm glad you think this is funny. You're going to think it's funny in about an hour. I want to say that I have absolutely no faith in this third-party investigation. None at all, based on everything that I've seen since my husband was injured by Chief Mason's wife, and Chief Mason was in my face screaming and my husband's face screaming instead of attending to his injuries, but was busy having your wife move the vehicle across the street and everything that's on video. I have absolutely no faith in this third-party investigation. So regardless of what happens with this investigation, please know that whether anyone in this room likes it or not, change is coming, courtesy of this riffraff. Whether you like it or not, we are not going away quietly. There are multiple tort claims that are being filed, and this is not the end of it. So whatever happens in your executive session means absolutely nothing to me. Excuse me, I'm talking, sir, and I did not see, excuse me, sir, I am speaking. I believe I have the floor. Excuse me, sir, I believe I have the floor. Do I not have the floor? Did you interrupt anyone else?
I just wanted to...
Okay, you had your time. You had your time when you didn't attend to my husband, when you were screaming in my face, when you were screaming in his face, when I had to back up off a curb. You've had your time, and you don't get that time when I'm speaking, so have some respect. Thank you. Thank you. Excuse me, what was that about Colorado? And how does that pertain to what's going on here, sir? No, excuse me, sir. Fire chief. No, go ahead. What did you say about Colorado?
Excuse me. Okay.
This is exactly what we're talking about. Colorado. I don't care anything about Colorado. Let me explain something to you. Nothing you can say to me that excuse me. Is this allowed? Because I didn't hear anybody else speaking or saying anything until I talked. And this is exactly, just so we're clear. Just so we're clear, this is exactly what I'm talking about. There's nothing funny here. There's nothing funny about the fact that this chief's wife caused injuries to my husband, that this chief turned a simple accident into a crime. I don't find it funny that while they were here parking in the back during 4th of July, my husband was laid up with broken ribs and we couldn't take our kids to enjoy fireworks. There's nothing funny about the impact this has had on our lives. Ma'am, there's nothing funny, Susan, about how you purposely take information that people try and post on your community Facebook page as it pertains to you and your friends, and you slide the rest to the side and block people. This isn't funny. It's not funny, the racial slurs that have been spoken to my family. It's not funny the way we've been treated. It's not funny the disrespect and the smirks on all of your faces over something that is so serious. How dare you all sit up here and act like you are better than anybody? You want to bring up Colorado? Let's bring up Colorado. Absolutely. I have a record.
Are you here to address the board?
I'm here, and ma'am, and while we're talking about, let's talk about you, Rita, because I've pulled up your Facebook post as well, where you have multiple times stated that if this chief was gone, you were quitting. So I have no faith in anything you say either. How dare you guys? How dare you allow this man who is clearly should not be in a position of authority? Guess what? I don't care what record you pulled up from the time I was 7. I'm not a fire chief sitting here in a position of authority. You are. And what you did, excuse me? Yes, sir.
You said earlier that you don't have any faith
In this third-party investigation?
in the independent. Okay. So if you don't have any faith in that, so we have two choices. We could either do what has been done in the past and historically, other boards, not this board. We could either do an internal investigation and investigate the chief, investigate, you know, the other firefighters that were involved.
I understand you did a
Or
third
we could
party.
Or we could go to a legal counsel and say, hey, here's our scenario, what's our best option? And the best option was given was that while we had the authority to do an internal investigation, we chose to go outside. So my question to you is if you don't have faith in allowing that process to work, that we're spending money out of our budget that we didn't, you know, we could have.
This is
not
something-
paid, would you have had better, at the end of the day, would you have felt better if you had gotten a report from the internal investigation done by a board?
At the end of the day, I wouldn't have felt better either way, because I don't believe that whatever, like I said, whatever happens in this investigation does not matter to me personally, because either way, we are coming for this board, for this fire department. There are lawsuits in action, period. I don't have faith in it because I have seen how this town, this city, this community works, and it breaks my heart because we have been raising our children. We have been raising our children, trying to explain to them that people can change, anybody can have a second chance, there's a better way, not to be afraid of people in positions of authority like this man. That is what we have been teaching our children. But the day that this happened, and I would really greatly appreciate if you would stop with the smirk on your face. It is so disrespectful. But just so you're clear, the day that this happened, when my 14-year-old was a witness, I know you think it's really funny and I'm wasting your time here, but we had to tell him, you know what? We were wrong. I'm sorry, boys, we were wrong. You guys are in danger. You're in danger as young black men in a community like this. We're sorry. And it's not funny. There's nothing funny about the situation. Whatever tickets or whatever you want to bring up, I could care less. And how dare you? Because I'm not the one sitting here being accused of acting inappropriately in a position of authority.
So the one other thing I'm going to say is, from my perspective, is there's two things going on here. One is the accident, and then one is the association to the district, because he's the chief of the fire.
Right, you guys have to cover yourselves.
In that, and you're sitting here in a public forum, and you're basically telling us that we need to watch ourselves because you're going to do what you're taking all this legal action. So something that's already public record, just understand that there's an ORS says that by statute, the fact that he was not insured at the time to be on that motorcycle on public highway.
Oh, guess what, sir? Guess what, sir? You're wrong. Guess what? Oh, honey, you're wrong. You're wrong. Yeah. No, excuse me. And that goes exactly back to what I just said. I had no faith in this investigation. But just for the record, you're very wrong. You're very wrong. You can contact our lawyer, Kevin Bragg, at the Bragg Law Firm. You're extremely wrong. And you're going to see why you're wrong. But that's neither here nor there. Because I can see that you're going to skirt around this issue. You're going to sit there with a smirk on your face and be disrespectful. And you should be gone. And anybody who stands behind this man, including people in this community, you are disgusting human beings, all of you. Every single one of you. Change is coming, whether you like it or not. It's coming. You shouldn't even be here. I understand that you had nobody running against you. Horrible. You're horrible people. With the exception of you, Mr. Aiken, I apologize. I am not referring to you because you have shown me nothing but respect and looked at me when I'm speaking, regardless of what you feel about what I'm saying. And I appreciate that, and thank you, sir, for that. All the rest of you make me sick. Not that it matters. You don't care. You're going to call me riffraff when I walk out the door anyway.